And we are live. Welcome to Rascal Comedy. I am your host. It is me, Jack Mack, the founder and the producer and the director and the lighting man and the scriptwriter and the makeup lady of Rascal Comedy. It's great to be here. Thank you so much. If you're new to the show, what it is basically a mix between the Graham Norton couch and the traditional stand-up comedy where I interrogate comedians to tell me information about their life and why they're so depressed and why they think they're funny before they then do what makes them funny. So yeah, that's the show. That's basically it. What's going on with me at the moment? I'm going to be honest, guys. I am putting on so much weight. I am getting fat in lockdown. Like my clothes are not really fitting me anymore. My face mask was even tight the other day. It's not good. It's not good. Comedians, you can relate to this bit. So I don't like telling other people that I'm a comedian, because I feel like, you just come off like an arrogant fucker. You go, hey, how's it going, man? I actually do stand-up comedy. What they hear is, hey, how's it going, man? I think I'm funny. It's not good. I'm currently in my old childhood room in County Mayo in the west of Ireland. It's nice here. The people are really discreet, especially when they're gossiping about you. Gossip got so bad in my hometown. I actually bumped into somebody and they were gossiping about me to me. They were like, did you hear that Czech fella? He thinks he's funny. He wants to be a comedian. I'm like, hey, what the fuck? That's me you're talking about, Mom. But I feel a bit left out. So I always like to, if everyone's talking about me, I like to join in. But while we're on the subject, here I've got a small dick, but don't tell anyone. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, they say gossip is just as addictive as cocaine, right? It gives you a rush. You have to do it in private places, but it makes you very popular at parties. Yeah? No. I'm just looking at my notes now. Even when I go to work, everyone's gossiping, and I'm thinking if robots ever take over our jobs, will they also gossip? Will they be like, did you hear what 4715 said to 4716? That bitch. What's that joke today? Okay, enough out of me. We're gonna go and meet the comedians. Right? Let's meet the other funny people. Hello, comedians.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. I'm relating a lot to your thing about putting on weight in the pandemic. I feel like I've now got a specific pair of pandemic jeans. They're the only ones that I can wear.
You wear jeans? Wow! I'm just wearing.
I was gonna say.
This is the thing, guys. Everyone's given themselves a pat on the back for fitting into their jeans. Just buy pandemic jeans that are 3 sizes bigger, and then you can pat yourself on the back every day.
I relate to losing weight.
Yeah, I was gonna say
gaining weight.
I was gonna say I just play a game where to see if my old work pants, which were jeans, that I wore on the last day I was out of before the pandemic, I just try those on every couple months, and then I'm like, oh, do these fit? Okay, I'm still doing all right.
I like how
my work uniform.
I'm getting emails from clothing stores being like, hey, sweatpants are super hot. Did you know that? And it's like they're trying to low key sell you sweatpants because they know nobody's wearing real pants.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you're sexy in sweatpants. It's like, all right, take it easy. I have my one pair. They're soiled, but I have my one pair.
Well, do we find sweatpants sexy? Like if someone comes on a date in sweatpants, are you like, nice?
Depends how much sweat and how much pant. It's the sweat to pant ratio. That's the.
Can't wait. I can't wait to get those off later.
I don't know. There's some fancy rich people joggers out there. So if somebody showed up in a $300 pair of sweatpants, I'd be like, why am I going out with you? I don't. Did we talk first? I would just be confused if someone came in $300 sweatpants.
What are your thoughts on juicy sweatpants?
Oh, the good old early 2000s words on the butt.
Yes, juicy sweatpants.
I miss those.
They were $300.
I grew up in the middle of nowhere. So I grew up in the middle of nowhere. We didn't see fancy sweatpants.
I'm currently wearing what I would wear on stage before the pandemic, and I just put it on, and I thought, oh, I've gotten bigger. I'm currently like holding in my breath. I don't know if you can see. If I was to let out my stomach, all these lines on my t-shirt would go straight. It's it's a bit of a feeling like a bit of a corset at the moment.
Right.
No, they're really selling people comfortable things right now. My friend has like 3 wearable blankets. Like that's like the most like they have different lengths too. Like there's a full length wearable blanket or a knee length.
I'm kind of wearing a cloak at the moment.
I like it.
A cloak. Yeah, it's like, you know, it goes up. Yeah, I look a bit like a wizard. That's how I treat this show.
You don't have to ever change out of your robe. You wear it out. People give you your 6 feet. Trust me. You're wearing a robe out there. Nobody's coming near you.
No. So we're going to move on to our first comedian of the night. It is Farah Sharp. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
There we go. How are we doing? What's going on? How's life? How's lockdown?
You know, it is what it is. I've been spicing it up with. I've pretty much taken every hobby that everyone seems to be taking up. I've tried all of them now. I've done some knitting.
All the hobbies.
I've done some skateboarding now. I've done some painting. I've made some clothes. There's not many other sort of creative activities left for me to sort of.
Have you made some sweatpants?
No, but they're next on my list. I was thinking that I should do some of those next. You don't have to stay at the same size.
You'll make loads of money.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't know what's happening with my internet. I'm going to sort it out. Sorry, what did you just say?
I said you don't have to stay the same size if you make your own clothes. That was the line.
That's it, right? You can just go, oh, that's fine.
Yeah, just snip. Yeah, exactly. It's all.
It's like after the first lockdown, I came back. So I hadn't worked in 3 months. I came back to put on my old uniform, which is a suit. Did not fit me. I had to go out and buy another one.
We're all in the same position here. I wouldn't worry.
It's not easy. How's London? Where in London do you live?
I live in Islington, which is very nice.
Islington, yeah. I used to live in London. I know all the places.
Old Islington.
It's
I know it well.
Lovely.
But I don't know if they like. I feel like I live on some quite nice streets, but I don't know if they're really used to like full-grown women skateboarding around badly. Like I've not seen any other like fully grown adults that are not accompanied by children attempting to learn to skateboard.
They probably think you're one of the riffraff.
Yeah, I know. I feel like an unkempt youth. Just sort of like I see people's faces appear at the window of their house, checking that I'm not sort of like skateboarding into their fancy cars and stuff.
I swear I saw a Instagram story of you skateboarding.
Did you think I was cool?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I always thought you were cool. You're like, yes. Are you only doing that just to be cool?
No, not at all.
Are we talking about the Instagram stories or the skateboarding? Because I haven't worked it out yet. Tell your story. Okay, thank you. Stick to normal Instagram.
You put on Instagram Live and you just start talking. Well, it all started when I was a young boy. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, that's crazy. Well,
absolutely, that's crazy. Is his code for saying someone else fucking say something? Wow. Went silent for a minute there.
No, what's annoying is it's freezing, and I'm going, for fuck's sake, and then you guys come back, and I'm like, what did I miss? I'm gonna have to.
You're not freezing much for me.
No, me neither.
That's good. No, you guys are freezing on me. So you're like,
oh. I teach online, and I had a little 7-year-old kid who worked out. He just went like that, and I thought, oh, the internet's out. I was trying to work out what it was, and then he coughed. I was like, he's 7 years old, an evil genius.
Maybe he blinked. Could he be like, You're like, fuck!
I thought it was a glitch.
It's like a Where's Wally but on Zoom. But yeah, so conversation. Yeah, no,
Absolutely,
back to Farah.
cool.
It's her time. It's her time. Is there anything you want to promote? Are you doing anything creative? Podcasts?
Yeah, I mean, I've jumped on the whole make a podcast this year thing as well. So I've been making this podcast with a couple of friends. It's called Ding, and we write a song every episode. Yeah, it's musical comedy.
Love musical comedy.
It's good fun. It's good fun. We've written we try and do a different genre every time as well. So it's quite a challenge. And we end up on some quite niche topics.
Nice.
One example now, Farah. Oh, we did a song in the style of Queen that was about pencil cases.
Okay. Yes, I like it.
Looking around the room for inspiration, so you can see how that happened. I don't know. It's been really good fun. And there's a lot of different songs going on. I think there's another one that's about rabbits in the style of the Black Eyed Peas.
Nice. Okay.
It's very eclectic, the mix of stuff. So if you like
we'll
music,
have to share your podcast on Rascal Comedy for people to see it because that sounds amazing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I'll give you a share. That's all. It's a nice community here. We're nice people.
Yeah.
I think it's because I just love funny songs like Book of Mormon. God, I love a good musical. Love a good musical, I do.
Well, you would like Ding then. It's for you. We made it for you.
Check it out.
Jack. It's yours.
You're like, I don't know who this kid is, but he needs this right now.
We don't care about
case open.
any of the other audience. There's a guy out there. He's waiting for this song.
And he hasn't even heard the podcast, but he will someday.
Yeah. It's destiny.
It's like, do you ever go to when there was a comedy store in London, do you ever go to the Improv with the Comedy Store players?
I'm not sure if I've seen it at the Comedy Store. I've been to similar things before though.
But I know anytime they'd go, right, we're going to do a really long one. I'd always go, musical. And they'd go, musical, okay. And they do a half an hour musical.
I love that kind of stuff.
Brilliant.
And
they'd be like, what should we do it about? Landlords. All right, landlords. And then they do, and they'd be there with their little instruments going, I'm in the bakery. I don't know, like crazy shit.
Oh no, Jack! Please give us a bit longer of an extract of that. I'm really interested to hear this song.
In the bakery doing crazy shit.
Yeah, there we go. That's
doing crazy shit, making the croissants
But nobody wants them because I've done a crazy shit and everyone's running and they're fucking calling the health inspector. And then, I'm sorry, I'm very good.
Charlie,
You
should put that in your Edinburgh play in the closet.
Yeah.
You cannot say to someone, in jest or otherwise, I've just taken a shit when you're together in a broom cupboard. The recipe for them calling the fucking police.
You could.
I heard once. And then that's it.
His
play
for
my broom cupboard comedy.
Yeah, your play is more of a autobiography.
Yes, trapped in a cupboard.
It's an art installation.
A lockdown metaphor.
Hang on, Alex is getting involved. Put on an extra coat. Put an extra coat on Jack. It'll help you if you're freezing. Oh, thanks, Alex. Great. So, Farah, are you ready to hit the stage?
Was that a relative of yours?
No, that's just that was a mate of mine. He's got a good chat show. If you impress him, he'll have you on.
He watches the chat show circuit. But I've always dreamed of.
Yeah.
Maximum fucking level of a comedian's career.
If you want to break the Dublin scene, these are the people you have to impress. He is one of them.
Yeah. Dublin, it's close enough, close-ish to Scotland. It can come sideways and not going to expect me.
I didn't realise the stakes were so high. We're being scouted.
Yeah. Fucking Alex right here.
You said that already, Alex.
Yeah. No, I just pressed the button again. All right.
Okay.
Just in case.
Are you ready to go on stage? Are you ready?
On.
Yeah, right. All the way from London, it is Farah Sharp, everyone.
Yeah, no, I've been fantasizing a lot today about how this time last year I was on my way to Sydney, Australia. Super exciting. But the more I've been sort of remembering about it, the more I remembered that it was actually incredibly stressful, because I'd heard that their customs and immigration rules are like really strict, and I was like worried that I was going to get it wrong or something. So when I went up to the officer, I was really stressing, and I went up to him and he took my British passport and he looked at it and he was like, well, you can go ahead and exit like Brexit. I was like, really? Really? It's going to take me 4 years to get out of here? Man, guys, Brexit material, hey? Science. People so over Brexit. Guys, it's recent. It's only 2 months ago that it's actually happened. I actually, my trip to Australia was cut short because of the pandemic, which was very annoying. I've decided to do something about it, though. I've recently completed my training to become a volunteer vaccinator, which was very cool. The training's really interesting. It's actually quite a lot about first aid, and something that I learned while I was doing it is that they've actually changed the advice for CPR. So now if you find someone on the floor, like unresponsive, you're not supposed to give them mouth to mouth because it's too risky in COVID. The advice now is to just pretend you didn't see them. Just walk away. The best thing to do. No, first aid is actually super important. I know this because a while ago I found a guy on the floor in an airport. It was very worrying. Luckily, I knew exactly what to do. I was like, stay back. I need to check his airways. And it is so lucky that I did, because they were Emirates first class tickets. And, one of us needed to go to Sydney. Otherwise, it would have been a terrible waste. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much, guys.
Woo!
All right, everyone.
Woo!
Woo!
Well done. Oh, Alex is back. Always scouting.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh. And then Marty Gleason got in touch. Dublin cannot be broken. I don't think it. I think Dublin's been broken for a long time. So yeah, we're gonna move on to our next comedian. Yeah, you have no idea. Move on to our next comedian. It is Katie. Katie, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Jack?
Where are you in the world, Katie?
I am in Chicago, Illinois. I am originally from Virginia, right by Washington, D.C.
Virginia, is that West Virginia?
No, but that's what everyone says first. Almost, even in the United States, that's the first thing people say. You mean West Virginia?
That's like the song.
No, and I always try to lead people away by saying the Washington D.C. part. I'm like, where the White House is, where the U.S. president is. Dignified, sort of, used to be.
That Biden guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, I can say yes, that Biden guy, and not
he's not that Trump fella. Yeah. Biden has family from where I'm from, like literally up the road, and I love the Irish news love showing when he's like, "Yeah, I got family from County Mayo. Oh, it's great." Like the whole country is so proud that he has Irish heritage.
He's like, I think the thing that I'm most proud of Biden for is for beating Trump. I don't know other than that. That's
I think everybody
on
him. I used to talk about Trump a lot in my act.
Mm-hmm.
So he was 50% of my act. I was like, "Come on, Trump."
That was a lot of American comics too.
What do I talk about? Great.
I wrote 2 Trump jokes his entire presidency. They rarely worked, even though I still maintain that one. I'll do one actually when I do my set. I'll do the joke I wrote, which I think is perfect, but nobody ever loved it.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
We have those jokes that we love, but nobody else enjoys.
Yeah,
absolutely. And you're like, what is wrong with you people?
Well, I'm like, okay, how sick am I? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, why do I find this funny? Nobody else does.
Yeah, I know. What is up with the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to tell us, or are you going to save it for your slot?
I'll do it in the beginning of my little slot.
Nice.
I'm not saying little slot ever again. That was weird. That sounds too much like other things.
Yeah, that sounded like something else.
Yeah, I know. I've been like, I mean, I have a partner and I've been pent up, but like that, as soon as I said it, I was like, I'm not saying that.
Better than when that happens at work, when somebody says something, you're like,
yes.
I don't know why that sounded wrong.
Well, have you ever been at a job where you're dealing with customers and the customer says something and you're just like dying and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't laugh though. I'm not allowed.
I know. I keep it inside. Like,
yeah. Well, then you write us, you scribble down a little note to tell your coworker. You're like, this is so funny.
Or just
at least
dump
with the mask
it on your coworker. You say, talk to that guy over there. Bye.
Yeah. At least with the mask, you can kind of like, laugh to yourself. Yeah. But
when I was at work once, I was about to go on my lunch break, and this old woman accosted me and said, "Excuse me, young man, I was just in the bathroom, and the flush was jammed, so I tried to fix it with a coin. The coin is now jammed, so I would either like a refund on the coin or the original coin back, please." And when I said, "I'm very sorry, madam, I don't work," then immediately resigned. So it's retroactively true. To avoid dealing with this woman.
That was a great way. I used to work in Harrods, and they'd be like, "Sorry, do you know where this place is?" And I'd be like, "Oh, it's my first day." Oh, and I was there for like 3 years. Charlie's like, first day.
I'm a bit to my first day and my last day. It's my last day, so fuck you.
Yeah, you're like, ugh. So, Katie, what's the Chicago scene like? I hear it's good.
I mean, pretty quiet right now because of COVID. But prior to COVID, a billion mics a night and all the shows you could want that aren't paying you.
Classic.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually like a lot of people who aren't in bigger comedy scenes. That's like a huge issue in big comedy scenes. It's not getting paid a lot. So many people there, so people will go on stage for free. Actually, something that I've been criticized for is talking about the fact that I've made a lot of money in Zoom, way more money than I ever made doing live comedy. Like, exponentially. Why
would you be criticized? You're just being honest.
Yeah. Well, some folks took it as me saying something negative about the scene here, and I wasn't. It's when Zoom is just I don't know. There's more opportunity to get paid. That's all.
How would they put a positive spin on not getting paid?
I don't know. I know, it was very weird.
No, we eat bins. It's free cycling. Very green.
Yeah.
I find the same thing too. Getting paid way more on Zoom, and I think it's because it's it's international, so there's a different fairness level. Right? I don't know if that makes any sense. Whereas here, it's like, if you're not getting paid and nobody's paying in the city, it's like, well, sorry. And it was like a fishbowl, right? And then it's like internationally, I don't know. I'm finding the same thing though, too.
You're in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
My other friends I've met from Toronto have said the exact same thing. What I'm gathering is that Toronto and Canada are the exact same comedy scene from everything I've heard about both.
They're the same.
That they have very similar cultures going on.
We have very similar cultures, both in comedy and I think in life. Like when I went to Chicago, I was like, this is just bigger Toronto. It really felt the same. So
interesting.
Yeah, you're American.
Yeah. I hear the New York scene. I did a course and they kept saying like, be careful, people might steal your jokes. While in Dublin, we all know everybody. So if someone steals a joke, you'll hear about it. They go, oh, blah, blah, did your joke. It'll get around. So just interesting dynamics.
That's an interesting fear that a lot of people have about doing the streaming stuff. They're like, I'm so worried about people I'm so worried about people seeing me do comedy.
Yeah, they might steal my stuff.
Strange complaint. I'm like, what? You mean somebody might see you and laugh? That's not terrible. Like,
and record it so you have proof. Like, look, I did it first, and you were in the audience.
Right. I feel like if something of mine that I was like just barely working out gets on YouTube, all it is, oh, that's proof that I came up with that punchline and that whatever. Oh my God, my setup. Thank you. Setup and punchline together on this day. And like
I try to film a lot of my Zoom shows that I know are probably going to have a good audience, and then I take a clip and I post it right away just for intellectual property stamping. I'm just like, there.
Yeah, you're like, this is mine.
There it is. I did it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I find if someone steals your joke, well, then they can take it, but you can just write another one because you've learned how to write it.
Yeah, but if you got a really good banger that you want to put in your pocket post-pandemic, that's not like about COVID or something, like you could put it into your forever repertoire. You want to hang on to it before someone tweets it, you know?
If you were the first person who noticed that the name coronavirus is quite similar to Corona beer, then you're going to be absolutely furious at the millions of people who've just stolen your joke.
I forgot about the early Corona beer jokes.
Yeah. Oh dear. Jack didn't know.
That made
this beer here.
Corona.
Oh, there we go. That's how we know it's his joke. I've actually found out I was very suggestible because people kept going on about coronavirus, and eventually I just went, I quite actually fancy some Corona right now. I don't know why. I went out and bought some.
Boom.
I definitely drank a lot.
Went out and bought some.
Pandemic. Like, it's a shame that they changed the name. It was free advertising for them.
They changed the beer name to COVID. They must be furious. Of all the fucking luck, we changed it.
Yeah, it was the best.
This is fucking Carlsberg.
Maybe Corona sponsored the virus. They're like, great advertising for us.
That's actually happened. You know, you can actually do that. You could sponsor there was a brief period of time where you could sponsor natural events because, you know, you get hurricanes named and shit. They started naming everything. And they BMW bought like a cold front. They called it the Cooper Cold Front because of the Mini Cooper. And it killed 5 people. That was the last time any company ever bought a weather event.
Well, I was just thinking you could go like coronavirus sponsored by COVID or Corona beer. And then everyone was like, oh, I'm not buying that beer because they killed millions of people, billions of people.
That's how good they are, man. Powerful.
Right, guys. I feel like I'm like the one driving this show, and I'm like, right, we're getting back to the lineup.
And I'm the complete saboteur.
I am.
I'm gonna be thinking about that Mini Cooper thing for a while.
Well,
it's 100% true. I promise.
No, I believe you. And now I'm like, I can't stop thinking about that.
Well, Katie, you're on now.
Perfect.
Are you ready?
Perfect. I will have to think about something else. Yes, I am ready. I have a plug. I have a podcast that I'm actually releasing the very first episode of it this Friday. It's called Zane's Anatomy. It is an introspective about an American show called Grey's Anatomy that's been on for 17 years. It's been on my entire adulthood. Therefore, it has weirdly been around for a lot of things for me. So that's why I decided to make this podcast. It's embarrassing because when I did a lot of research for this, it turns out mostly teenagers watch this show. So we'll see what happens there with who actually watches my podcast. But I hope people check it out because it should be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Send it to me and we'll link it. We'll spread the love. Okay, all the way from Chicago. It is Katie Zane, everyone. Woo!
All right. So, Trump joke as promised. I really feel like Trump as president would have never happened if all presidential candidates had to be approved by a group of nervous dogs. Because dogs know evil and they're often a much better judge of people than people are. And so I think we could have avoided 4 years of President Trump if we had just let the dogs handle who could be running for president. And see, that's the Trump joke that never works, that I love. Because I do thoroughly believe it's true. I do feel like dogs could have saved us. So I know that in Ireland and in the UK in general, stories are very common in the comedy practice. So I wanted to tell you guys a story today. And since you guys brought it up beforehand, the story I'm going to tell you about is the most satisfying quitting of a job that I've ever had. And that was when I was about 21 years old. No, not even 21, 20 years old. I was working in a Halloween store, and it was a seasonal job because of Halloween, which is really big in the States. And the boss I had was a person who suffered from mental illness that was untreated. And this made for a very interesting and uncomfortable work atmosphere. And what I had inadvertently done was like roped in like 8 of my friends to work at this job with me, roped my sister into working at this job with me, roped my best friend in. And then slowly everyone quit because of how horrible this management was, to where it was down to like 5 people on the staff. And I came into work one day carrying a letter that was handwritten from my sister because she was quitting. And I hand the letter to the manager. And the manager is just like completely out, oh my gosh, and then she tells me that she has a family obligation that she has to go take care of, and she leaves the shop. She leaves just me and my friend in charge to run an entire large Halloween store. If you know anything about a store that sells things that no one needs, it's very, very easy to steal from those places. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
Like there's stuff that lights up. There's things that are shaped like butts. Like there is a lot going on there to steal. So we were just at the front running the register like 3 weeks before Halloween. It's very popular here. So it gets crazy. This was in a mall. So there's like loads of kids, loads of parents. It's pandemonium. And so we're ringing up people. We're all dressed in costumes. We're all cute. I think I was a cat that day. And like, we're having fun and just being like, this is insane. We don't care. We're just doing our jobs. But then I get a call on the phone, and I answer, and I'm like, hello, Spirit Halloween. And then it's like, oh, hi, is, the manager there? And I was like, oh, she said that she told Dina, the district manager, that she had this thing to go do, and everybody knew what was going on. And the woman on the phone goes, this is Dina. And no, I do not know anything of what you're talking about. And then I was like, oh, crap. I told on my manager. And so she like hangs up on me. I go back to ringing up. And then about 15, 20 minutes later, my boss flies into the shop with her husband and her baby, looking like she just came from a barbecue. And she's fuming mad. She's like, why did you tell the manager? And I was like, well, I'm just answering the phone here. You left us alone. So the woman just says, why don't you guys just go on lunch? And so my friend and I are like, fine, peace. We go outside. My friend smokes a cigarette. And I go, you know what? Let's just get in the car. And my friend's like, okay. And I said, I have all my stuff. Do you have all your stuff? Yeah. Okay, let's get in the car. So we just get in the car and then get on the highway and just drive. And about halfway home, this is about a 30-minute drive, halfway home, the manager calls me. And it's very much one of these like, hi, are you guys coming back from lunch? Oh, no, we're not coming back from lunch. Okay, are you guys quitting? Yes, we're quitting. Both of you? Both of us. Are you serious? Yep. Okay, well, you better bring your keys back. Click. And that is the most satisfying way to quit a job. Just get in a car, drive away, and then let them know you've left. Like, just so satisfying. It's not necessarily, that story is not one I've practiced telling, and I hope it was funny for y'all. I've been Katie. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. I bet it felt so good. I bet you were like...
Oh, I feel like I've told everyone that story at some point in my life, and I've told everybody that they need to quit a job like that. Like, everyone needs that satisfaction. Everybody needs to be able to be like, fuck you, I'm out. Like, everybody needs that scene from Half Baked to happen.
Well, each to their own. I prefer planting some crack, but that's just me. That's my personal method.
That's
Just a little bit of crack in the manager's drawer, ring the police. It's great.
Until they find your fingerprints on it, Charlie.
Well, that's just advertising business, isn't it? And they all know where to go for the best shit. The police are like, oh, this shit's really pure.
this stuff is good. Well,
my employers are listening right now. I'm joking.
I hope they're not watching for your sake. They'll be like, lock all the drawers.
Yeah.
Well, Charlie's our next comedian on the lineup. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm what is your ins now again? What's going on? No, what was that? You just something happened to your voice. Sounded like something was up your nose. How you doing?
Well, I was
How
on Charlie's show 2 weeks ago, and halfway through my set, the internet just gone.
It was great, yeah.
It was all fun. It was horrible.
And I finished. I took his extra time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take Jack's time.
Yeah. You were like, so how about that airport food, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's a nice plug. Yeah, I do have a show. I have a show. Yeah. I pay Zoom £11.27 a month, which means in today's crazy world, I have a comedy club. So yeah.
Wow.
Better be nice to me because
the barman and the landlord.
I am. Cheers.
Sláinte.
Sláinte.
I didn't sneeze. Yeah.
Angelica's like,
I love this shit. Give me all the British and Irishisms.
Yeah. Well, you're getting a real treat because you're getting Irish fella, English fella in Scotland, and English lady.
I know.
It makes me English-ish.
English riffraff in Islington.
Islington.
Oh, darling. Hang on.
We have Islington here too, but it's not nice.
I've actually got some here. I've got some traditional English wear as well. Oh, lovely. Yes, of course.
Where's yours,
goodness.
Charlie?
There we go.
Where's mine?
Yeah. Where's yours?
I wish I had one.
Where's your?
I feel like one curtain is not enough for my neck. I must have 3 overlapping. Nothing else will do.
Exactly. No, I'm working on a character at the moment, and he's British.
What is that character? A character from the past.
That's why he's had me on research.
Yeah, it's Charlie. Just doing some character. I've just got like wigs and stuff all around the house. Yeah.
Go on then.
Maybe I could even. You're like, oh, he's not lying. There we go.
That looks like the exact same as your normal hair. Where's the wind?
It's just, the wind has changed direction. That's all that's happened.
Yeah. Well, no. Usually my hair isn't this long, so that's It's good to mix it up. It's good to mix up the characters. Anyway, back to Charlie. It's Charlie's time.
Back to me.
Back to
I robbed plenty of everyone else's time.
Yes, you did.
I did.
So, so how's Scotland? How do you feel the Scottish, mate?
I'm not. I haven't met anyone yet. I moved here. Like there was a brief gap between like the 2 lockdowns when I moved. When I got here, I don't really know. Like I was out walking about. I lived this isolated life. I had the most English thought it's possible to have. I was walking around. I heard some people speaking, and I thought, "Oh, there's a lot of Scottish people about, isn't there?" I forgot where I was. I'm so isolated. There's no local accent for me because I don't interact much. I just go to the shops, and that's it.
And when you go to the shop, do you not hear like "You're right on,
Yeah, but mostly students, so it's a bit international, the shops. But there was one Scottish girl who was just like, I was about to go up to the till, and she was talking to her friend about the spike in cases, and she said, "It's the fucking English." And then I walked up and said, "Hello, may I have cash back, please?" Most English accent, and she didn't give a shit. It was wasted.
That's one thing about the Scots is their wit is like razor sharp, and they don't give a shit about you or your feelings. I remember after a comedy gig, this guy had a tattoo of a dinosaur on his arm, and I was like, oh, nice tattoo, man. That's really cool. And he goes, yeah, I know, mate. That's why I got it.
Oh.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell, I couldn't do that. Yeah, so good luck, Charlie. Good luck with your new life.
Everyone keeps saying, like, how's Scotland? I was like, I'll find out soon. Give me. Lockdown has to end first. I have to make some friends. They have to like me back. That's like a couple of years at least. And then I'll work it out.
Maybe. If you're lucky.
Thank you for adding that layer of anxiety. Yes. Yes. If lockdown finishes, if you can find people who you can like, if they like you back. And on top of that, luck. Fantastic. I'm fucked. So I may as well go live in a hole.
I think you'll be fine. You just have to get in with the the Scottish Celtic,
what's this?
Whatever that is.
All the people on a boat in choppy water, these people rocking about.
Yeah.
I never understood what that is.
It's all permanently West Side Story there.
I've always heard people reference who do this. I've never actually seen them outside of a bouncy castle.
You look like an idling video game character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about me because I look like I'm made of about 5 pixels, but no, I see what you mean. Yeah,
no, so Charlie's gonna walk up to you like, "You're right, Paul," and they'll be like, "The fuck?" And wait, didn't you move to Dundee? I think they're a bit happier. I just presume you were in Glasgow.
They were a bit happier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's like Dublin. Dublin's pretty fucking rough, but you go to Mayo, everyone's lovely.
And you go to Belfast, you're like, oh, fuck. Shit, wow.
Even the accent is aggressive there. All right, what's the crack? What's your eye? It's a lovely jacket. Give me that jacket. Have a jacket. Don't hurt me. Yeah. So, Charlie, are you ready to hit the stage? You ready to make us all laugh?
Why not? Fuck it.
Why not?
Sure.
Okay.
Of course.
All the way from Scotland. I don't know. Is it Wallace? Am I saying that right? I'm very dyslexic.
Yes, Jake, you are.
No. Yes.
Sorry, yes.
Sorry,
yes. Okay. Being an asshole. Sorry. Yes.
I didn't hear a word of that.
Am I going to go big now? Is it time? Do I say funny things yet? Hello. Oh, I look at my face. It's suddenly gone big on the screen.
Why?
I can see the lines in my face, and I realise I'm mortal, and something's gone wrong. What's the problem, Jack?
I don't know.
Apologise for something.
I pressed the button.
Don't do it again. There's a good lad. Okay, so yes, hello. It's nice to be here. Assuming it might be an international crowd, I'm just going to specify straight away. Yes, I am English, as we've already said. I've been getting the habit of telling people that because people look at me and they don't know where the fuck I'm from. Like I got told by a heckler in an American show to fuck off back to Mexico, which was magical. I used to have quite bushy hair. People would do Nacho Libre jokes. I've also got Jack Black Crack and Sack as a nickname, which is interesting. Someone said you look kind of like Saddam Hussein, but his disappointing nephew. I was like, oh. Thanks, Mum. That's a real confidence booster. She doesn't remember who my dad is, so it could be the case. We don't know. Don't want. Really. As I casually plugged, I do run a comedy open mic online, and I have been running shows for a little bit. I remember back before COVID. Oh, it was amazing. I was living like a comedy pharaoh. We could do no wrong. We had audiences with 100 people at one point, which was great, and we stopped trying. We remember there was this one show where it was going great, and this guy from the audience came up to us at the back of the room and said, "Hey, I'm a magician. I can do card tricks. Can I get on stage and do?" And then we were like, "Yeah, sure. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?" He gets on stage and he brings a volunteer, this girl on stage, and he does the card trick. And he says, "Was this your card?" And she says, "No." End of magician. That's it. He's like, "Oh, okay." And he gets on stage again. The audience is drunk anyway, so they're going, "Yeah!" And I'm going, wait. I have trust issues with magicians. Until I see that fucking card, I will never be convinced that the trick is actually over. So I'm like sort of skulking in a corner of the room after the show, watching him. He's chatting up the girl he brought on stage, right? And he buys her a beer. And I think the card's going to be floating in the beer. But it's not. He puts his hand on her thigh, and I think he's going to pull it out of her top pocket. But he doesn't. And then they leave together. And I'm kind of like imagining them going back to his place, and they have sex, and then they finish, and he pulls out an ace of spades. He's like, "Is this your cards?" And she's like, "Oh my god. And then there's a muffled, "I knew it," from out the window where I'm hanging from a tree. And then the wall of the apartment rolls back, and it's the audience from before. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, that's why I don't trust magicians. That, and I don't understand cards. I've never ever bothered learning like a deck of cards, what all the different cards mean. So when a magician goes like, "Was this your card?" I'm like, sure, why not? I mean, it's the same color. It had a number on it. Pictures might be the same. I'm not sure. Well done. What an excellent career choice you have made. Absolutely. How am I doing for time, Jack?
Are you doing good?
Oh, okay, right. Okay, we'll have to have a look at my notes. What can I do next? Okay, so as you might be able to see, my hair is a little bit abrupt. It's not painted on. It is a lockdown haircut I had to get because I teach online and people in China are judgmental of people with afros. So I kind of like I kind of shaved it, but it now looks like I stuck my head in a giant pencil sharpener. It's got the little lines and everything. It's not a good look. I found it's revealed that I'm losing my hair in this pattern. It's kind of going back in two places. It's going to pinch off. And there's a term for that. It's called a widow's peak. As if this wasn't embarrassing enough, it's got a name like that. To me, widow's peak sounds like a power setting on a dildo. I'm not a big fan. It's like, just imagining in the brochure, it says the widow's peak setting for when you want to forget you even had a husband. Okay, I think I'm going to end it there. Hand back to our hostess with the mostest, Jack Muck.
Shirley, Wallace, everybody.
Me.
It worked. I don't know what happened at the beginning. Don't know what happened. I pressed the button and it just didn't work. I'm so sorry.
It's all part of the rigmarole of comedy.
I know. I'm a failure. Oh well. So we're gonna move on to our last comedian of the night. It is Anjelica.
Hold it together, Jack. You can do this.
How we doing? I'm really annoyed with my internet. I don't know what's happening. It's just everyone's just keeps freezing. But I actually have the stream here. I'm watching the show and it doesn't seem too clunky. So
it's us, but smaller. Fine.
Maybe that's why your internet's going out, though.
Yeah, that's probably it, mate.
You're trying to watch it on too many devices, so it's cutting out.
So in a moment, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I can see myself now showing you guys what's happening. What did you say there?
You've got it playing on too many devices, and that's probably why your internet's cutting out. No?
Maybe. No, I'm on my data. On my phone.
Oh, you're on your data?
Okay, that's definitely
because the Wi-Fi is crap. See, I'm literally in the middle of a field at the moment.
One time I had to go on data for a show and then I bombed and I was so mad after that I wasted data on it. I was like, fuck.
I know, it's the worst.
We all know that feeling of putting in 2 hours of travel for 5 minutes of abject humiliation.
That's true. You know what? I'd rather bomb and have to use my data plan than drive out to fucking Burlington, which you guys don't even need to know about. Burlington.
Fucking Burlington.
You know when you reach a crappy town and then you're like, oh, and I still have another 35 minutes to go before I'm there to do comedy for a guy named Bubba.
No, we don't. Our countries are tiny. Like once you're there, you're there.
Well, I feel like in London on the tube, you could be on the tube for a long time.
Yeah,
that's just because it's crap, though. That's not because London's that big in a global scale.
It's because it stopped in a tunnel for half an hour.
Yeah,
you have so many days,
and you're just like, what do I do now? Oh, I'll just go through my photos because I'm so bored. Do you ever do that when you don't have data? Hey, relatable comedy.
I go through all my old videos and I do deletions, and I'm like, why do I have this? Just
listen to old comedy sets and feel worse.
All crap.
Memes. You're like, oh, that was funny when I saw it, but not anymore. Why did I save it?
I've only made one meme in my life, and it was my friend's daughter eating a chicken wing, and it was the first fried chicken wing she'd ever had. This kid was like 4, and she was in ecstasy, and she was just like eating the chicken wing, and I made a meme the moment when you take your first bite on cheat day, and I really like it. I'm proud of it, and I feel like I have to stop making memes there.
You need to show us this meme.
It's in my files.
I love that.
Yeah,
I file away my memes. It goes in my filing cabinet.
It's in my files.
It's somewhere. You'll have to go through your phone to get it. It's too much.
Yeah. That's along with my bizarre nudes that I have stored away.
Well, at least your nudes are arty.
It's more I had to take a picture of a mole for a doctor, so it wasn't really a nude like that. It was just kind of like it's bizarre, right? It was a mole.
Yeah.
Lewis Capaldi just got a good story about that, where he had a hemorrhoid and he couldn't get a mirror in the right position, so he was trying to use his iPhone to take photos of it so he could look at it.
Yeah.
And he forgot about those like hundreds of photos of his asshole. And he got his phone cracked and he sent it in to get it repaired. And only after he sent it in, he was, oh shit, I just gave like this random Apple Store guy a phone load of the photos of the asshole of a like A-list celebrity. Me.
Yeah.
Heat magazine is going to be in pretty poor taste next week.
You know what? It could just look like a bubble on a pizza. If you're getting close enough.
Thank you for ruining pizza for me. I needed to lose weight.
Hey, if that ruins pizza for you, you don't really love pizza.
Yeah, true. I think at the same time, if Lewis Capaldi's arsehole got leaked, I think he'd be so
It was leaking, that was a problem.
Have you guys ever taken too many like painkillers and then you tried to force out a poo and then you got a fissure? Has that ever happened to you?
No, it's just you. Only you.
No. I think you're the only person that's ever happened to.
No.
Asking for a friend.
Oh yeah.
Who is concerned about you?
I love how you said you can say these things and it sounds great when you say. I feel like if I said that, people are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, that greasy-haired Irish fella. What the are you talking about?
More like greasy Irish fella.
Hey, get better, you straight white male.
More like a straight white fucker, yeah.
You straight white fucker. Fucker,
yeah. Huh?
Sorry, I love Irish accents. I like Irish people. I like English people. I like watching Love Island UK and just being like, you guys are awesome, you know?
Really? You're like, all right, darling. Yeah, I'm all right.
I like it. You know, he's got good banter. Hear people are like, oh, that person's hot. the person's fucking hot. It's like, ew, gross, you know? Put it in an accent.
Oh, darling, you're well fit in it.
You're well fit.
In what?
Or
Hey.
the Irish version's like, Jesus, come here to me now, you. Jesus, you're all right. Ah.
Oh, I'm wet already.
No, my grandpa, my mom and my grandpa are like, come here till I talk to you.
Yeah, come here to me.
Come here till I talk to you.
You should hear, like, my girlfriend's Spanish. So when I get out the Irishness, I'm like, come here to me now, you fool.
Oh, wow.
Like,
and she's like, despacito.
Yeah, she's like, hola, you're my guapo. I will give you so much passion. And I'm like, well, if it's passion you're looking for, I've got it.
I find
I've got it here.
I find like Mediterranean and Spanish people are attracted to Irish people. Like you see that mix a lot where it's like you have an Irish mom and a Mediterranean dad, because that's what I have.
Yeah.
And I have like 4 other people here that have it. And my mom, I'm like, why do you like dad? She's like, oh, I'd never fucking seen a swarthy fella in my life. And, like she liked Antonio Banderas because she'd never seen that before. And then my dad, all he saw in his country were women with mustaches at the age of 10. And then my mom's red hair and it's curly and beautiful. And he's like, I'd never seen a redhead. So I think that's what it is.
It's like my girlfriend was saying, if I ever go to Spain after the lockdown, they'll be like, your eyes, oh my God, you're so pale. And I was like, what? I feel like the ugliest type of person. Pale. Ugh, hairy.
People always want to be what they aren't,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you find as well? Like, because I find the Irish way of flirting is very aggressive, but in a lovely way. Like,
in a lovely way? Is that what you think?
Yeah. No, but it's like what was I saying even to her today? I always try and play her down, and I always try to be like, you're the bad one in the relationship. You never wash up. But I'm actually highlighting my problems, and she's like, no, that's you. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I forget. Like that kind of teasing. I don't want to. I need to word this right, or I could be cancelled. Jack McKenna.
Lovely aggressive. It's your album.
Yeah. It's like yeah.
Lovely.
I was a rapper.
I was at a house party once in, I think it was Northern Ireland actually, but you just made me remember this with sort of lovely aggressive. I remember being at this house party and this guy, this Northern Irish guy, he took me out into the garden of this house party, which by the way, the floor was covered in like ketchup and mustard because people had been like making burgers outside and it was quite gross. And he made me stand there while he sang to me. I think it was a Westlife song, like drunkenly sang Westlife at me alone in the garden surrounded by ketchup. And
so he was like, hey, Farah, come on here. I'll sing you a song.
This will make her love me.
You raise me up, no.
My time. I can hit my water.
It was bizarre. Very aggressively romantic, you could say.
Yeah. Here.
I had a friend who would just say, give me a subject, and you'd say a random word, and he'd rap on that subject, like 1 centimeter from your ear for the next 30 minutes. And they're just going like that because it's tickling.
Well, he just had a skill where he could make things rhyme.
Maybe
I wouldn't call it a skill. I would just call it a determination.
And was it romantic?
I don't think he was trying to chat me up. I think it was just what he did.
Oh,
it was his thing.
I'm just talking on the subject of being sang at or rapped at.
Well, Anjelica, you'd love Irish rap.
Oh yeah? What's it like? Hold my horn and a bottle of rum.
Hold my horn.
She nailed it. She's done you up. Yeah. The entire nation. She's fucking nailed you.
That sounds like a rap a pirate would make. Yo ho ho.
I didn't say yo ho ho. I said Pogue Mahone.
I know. Yeah.
Fuck.
No, Mahone and a bottle of rum and front.
Bottle of rum.
I beat my
fucking
scum.
No, it's rapping, but it's in the Irish language. So they're talking about doing cocaine, but in Irish. So it's like it's Matlam Snakta. Yeah. I don't speak Irish, but
I don't speak Irish. Could you send me a name of an artist? I'd actually like to listen to that and integrate it into my regular playlist.
Well, an artist of Irish rap going.
Yeah.
I like that one, huh?
I want to hear some Gaelic cocaine-fueled rap.
Yeah. Go. Tá scamas a spare August tá Lewising a gagum. Boom. That's literally all the sentences I know.
We have that. Sounds
absolutely treated to so many musical / rap performances by you this evening, Jack. I am not surprised that you want to do some musical improv because you've been auditioning for the entire show.
This is me normally. And I'm always just kind of making songs and stuff. But my mother bet the music out of me. Like, no, you're shite at singing. So I suppress it. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, it's if anything, this show is just me being traumatic, and it bleeds out.
Trying not to be distracted by the Dalek doing weights in the background.
Yeah, no, I've never used that.
Oh, it's separate. I know your head's in the middle. It makes it look like the Dalek's doing it.
There we go. Better talk to you about comedy, Anjelica. How's comedy going?
Comedy is good. I had a great year. Really fun year. Met a bunch of nice people, such as yourselves. That would have never happened if it weren't for the pandemic. Yes. Made a lot of really nice connections. Been doing a lot of really great shows. The scene is dead here right now, but summer will be here soon after we get out of the deep freeze in Canada here. And I'm gonna continue to run illegal shows on my rooftop. So.
Illegal shows. Illegal, you say? What's illegal about them?
Okay, so I have a dance studio, and we have like a roof on the dance studio, and it can have about 200 people on it, and we have like 50 people on it. When the numbers were down in July and August and a bit of September, we were having good bangers every weekend. And I wouldn't say they're fully legal. I mean, I'm running it, so that's how you know. But
you know you're half Irish if it's, a little bit illegal.
Honestly, I'm half Irish, half Mediterranean. We're just shady fucks all the way around, okay?
Yeah.
Shady fucks.
It's like the most popular alcohol in Ireland was called poitín, and it was brewed in sheds. And everybody loved it because it was illegal. And then it's still illegal. But then they tried to bring out a legal version. And we're like, no, we don't want that shit. We want the fucking illegal.
I had somebody there that was making sure nobody fell off the roof. So that was good. But I'm pretty sure I'm violating some safety stuff. But yeah, really looking forward to doing that. I'm on a bunch of cool shows. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see what I'm up to. I don't have a podcast because
anytime someone plugs something, I do this. You probably noticed that.
I don't need accountability for the things that I say. I don't need that on record necessarily. I'm not looking to really like interview and say shit and have a podcast. But I do go on podcasts.
Fair enough. It's a lot of effort. You have to edit. You've got to listen to the guests you have on. It's tough.
Yeah, there's enough people. There's enough of you out there doing it. Honestly, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good for you. Good. Fair play to you. Right, Anjelica, are you ready to go on stage?
I'm so ready. So ready.
Remind me how to say your second name again. Scannura.
Beautiful.
Right. All the way from Toronto. It's Anjelica Scannura. Woo! Scannura.
Oh man, this has been a really fun time. Thank you for welcoming me onto the show. You guys have been super funny. And I miss traveling too. Farah was talking about how she was in Australia last year. At this time last year, I was in Miami, and I almost wasn't thick enough to be let in. Almost wasn't thick enough. But they were like, hey, if you want, we can go shopping. My friends and I, and we were like, oh yeah. We could go shopping, get some fake asses because they were selling those everywhere. Big padded underwear. just very spongy. And apparently a lot of the girls in Miami wear those when they're trying to figure out what kind of implants they want to get. And so I got these underwear, and it was very weird wearing a big spongy diaper all over Miami for the rest of my trip. I'm very skeptical about it at first. I mean, I did inevitably buy them, but when I went into the store, the girl was like, "Hey, mommy, do you want a fake booty?" And I was like, I'm like, but what happens if I meet a guy and we hit it off and then I have to take my pants off? Right? He's going to see that I don't have this ass. Isn't he going to have questions? She's like, oh, he'll notice. He'll still fuck you, though.
Right.
So I bought them. We're reaching a very strange point in the pandemic, very pivotal time. Everybody's releasing questionable online content, which has been very interesting to watch.
Yep.
And I think we're all missing the big picture, right? If you're healthy, if you have something to be grateful for, right? That's what's important. I'm happy to be healthy. I'm happy to be a woman, right? Because you have to listen to us. You will not objectify me, but please subscribe to my OnlyFans. Thank you. The pandemic really blew up industries like OnlyFans and the male version of OnlyFans, Twitch. Who am I kidding? I like to be objectified a little bit. I've been posting a lot of thirst trap boomerangs on Instagram. Anybody else? Just like... you know, just with the caption, "Staying home saves lives." I haven't gotten any dick pics during the pandemic, but I think I know why. I think it's because I've been asking for them. I have a couple friends that got pregnant during the pandemic, right? They were bored. They got squirted in. Yeah, not me though. Not me. I have an IUD, which is like putting the coat hanger in first. It really is. So good. I'm going to wrap up here. A lot of people upset because they used to rely on social media to date, and they've been alone for a better part of the pandemic, right? I know a lot of people like that, very lonely. And it's like, serves you right, you whores. You know? Serves you right, you bloody skank. So I only used Tinder once. I went on a date with a guy, huge dick, tiny penis. And, yeah. Just to close off, I am Irish. I was forced into Irish dancing. Yeah, by my mother. And this is the appropriate show to give you a demonstration, I think. Here I go. Yes. Okay, I'm a little tired. I'm just going to show you the upper body. Wow, that was exhausting.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, I was a champion. In closing, I'm going to do an impression for you. Here's my impression of an Irish geisha. Okay, here I go. That's it.
It's very good.
Thanks, guys.
Angelica, everyone. Woo! That was very good. I have to laugh. You talked about the Irish dancing, but I remember going to this talent show, beauty pageant in my local town, and I was at right at the back, and this girl was doing Irish dancing, and there was all these people, and all I saw was her going.
Struggling.
It was
struggling.
But her face was over so much pain. She was like,
yeah, you used to have to take lessons to hide the pain. You know,
yeah,
part of it.
All I saw was fucking mad. Right, yeah. Right, I'm gonna steal the audience for 2 seconds. I'm gonna steal these guys. Just gonna say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I've got a link here if you'd like to support the show. Throw us some squid. Unfortunately, this show isn't free to run. I've got to pay for all of this. And it comes out of my own pocket. So if you like Rascal Comedy, you could throw a few quid. No one has tipped me in a long time. I think I might just. I think I might just give up this little rant. This is like me begging. Please, do you like
Just the
Irish
tip.
comedy? Just the tip, mate. Can I have some change? I don't need your money. I've got a job, but it'd be just great to not. Yeah. That got more aggressive near the end.
Oh, I was texting. Sorry, I didn't realize the camera was on me.
I got rid of myself from the stream.
I was like, da-da.
Yeah, you were like,
you guys. I was finding you guys on Instagram.
Right, guys.
It was like with when you go to a Zoom mic and the guy who runs it doesn't know how to spotlight someone, so someone will laugh and they'll be the loudest, and then suddenly they'll be on the screen. Go, oh shit!
So Anjelica was just like,
Yeah, exactly. Caught.
Okay.
Alex, by the way, Alex the Scouter said, "Good job, everyone. Great show." All right, we're gonna end on that, guys. Okay, bye, audience.
Bye. That was fun.
Bye.